One of my clients just asked me a great question, and I love that he's thinking this way. It's about hiring his next rebuild manager. In the past, he's been quick to hire. Whoever shows up, they've got some skills in the trade, they've run some construction jobs, or at least told them that they have, and they hire them. He wants to be more intentional this time around, and he asked me for my thoughts. I've worked with hundreds of rebuild managers over the past 15 years, since 2009, and I've narrowed it down to 5 areas that I think you should be looking for strength in. In the meantime, if you don't know who I am, my name's Scott Miller. I'm the owner of TheGrowthLeague.com. And I'm making these videos and I'm coaching restoration folks and general contractors all over the country because I'm passionate about helping them to get more profitable, to reduce the chaos in the business, and to build something that's sellable so that when they're ready to move on, they can have a nice exit. All right, so let's get back to these 5 areas. And I might be catching you thinking, well, this is going to be great, but whatever Scott's going to say, those folks don't exist in my area. And I just want to challenge that mindset. I want you to be thinking, you know what, they are out there. Scott is seeing them. Other restoration companies have them, these top performers. They're out there, but I've got to just keep looking. If I don't look, I'm not going to find them, right? So here's what I think you should be looking for. And I'll give you some tips on how to kind of vet them. There's no perfect way, but you can do some things to help. Number 1, communication. They need to be great communicators, right? They're dealing with homeowners. They're dealing with claims folks, TPA folks, adjusters. They need to be great communicators, not only verbal, but written, right? So they need to be able to text. They need to be able to email. They need to be able to have a conversation, right? So get them out for breakfast, lunch, coffee before you hire them. Invite a couple people from your team. See what it's like to interact with them. Have some email exchanges back and forth. See what it's like. See how quick they are to respond. Same thing with text. How quick are they to respond? Are they being professional? Number 2, organization. We know there's way too much stuff going on in the business to keep it all up here, right? I don't think it's possible. Maybe there's, 1 in a million that doesn't have to write anything down, right? But what do they do? Ask them in the interview. Ask them in conversation. What do you do to stay organized? Tell me about your calendar. Tell me about your to-do list. Tell me about what apps you use or what programs you use to help keep yourself organized. Number 3, problem solving. Got to be a great problem solver if you're going to be a successful rebuild manager, right? So tell me about a couple situations where you had real trouble on a job and what did you do to fix it and move forward. Number 4, this is huge, financial acumen. They've got to have some idea about simple math to figure out profitability, right? So have them, even on a piece of paper, or have them explain to you how they budgeted jobs, right? Get specific. Tell them, give them the selling price of a job and ask them, how would you arrive at a specific desired gross profit for this job? When it comes to labor, in-house, labor, subcontractors, materials, how do you arrive at a specific gross profit? If they don't have an understanding and you have somebody else on the team that's going to be doing this, that might be okay, but I still think it's really important. Number 5, leadership. They're going to be leading, right? They're going to need to get work done through others, in-house, subs, inside support folks, team coordinators, administrative folks. How are they at leadership, right? Have them explain to you how that worked, right? How do they motivate a team on a job site to get things done? What kind of support did they have in the office at their prior job or their current job, right? If they're still employed, hopefully they are. All right, so those are the top 5 areas that I think you should be looking for, and you can test to some degree before you hire them. If you have any questions, don't hesitate, reach out. And in the meantime, don't give up searching. Keep looking. They are out there.